Hello, welcome to day 13 of Vlogmas. So today I've got lots of packaging and posting of orders to do, but I thought in a little bit I'd show you how I store some of my shop stock. Pretty much all the stuff that I've got stored in these main boxes is all craft stuff that's from the online shop, including yarns and needles, etc. But I do have some other stuff that's just for me as well, so I'll give you a little bit of a tour. Jensen! Are you helping Daddy with the nappies?
He is.
Oh, you want the camera, don't you? Yeah.
No.
Are you a cheeky little monkey? You a cheeky little monkey? Oh, you've got the cord. You can have that bit. There you are. So Adam's setting up the reusable nappies ready to use. And you're supposed to be helping, Jensen.
You're not doing much, Jensen. Come on. Where's your pile? These are all mine. There you go. Gonna help Daddy?
Is that for me? Thank you. So today's outfit of the day is the penny dress by Sew Over It. This is made in some cotton lawn that I've got. This was, I think it was from Sew Over It as well, but the print itself is a Lady McElroy in a cotton lawn, which I love in this hydrangea print. It's basically a circle skirt, and then you've got like a shirt on the top of it as well. It's a short sleeve one, so I had to pop a cardigan on today, and this cardigan is hand knit in some of my own hand-dyed yarn in the Ocean Drive colourway. It's a merino silk and yak mix of yarn, so it's got like undertones of like grey brown in it over this sort of bluey green. The sparkle cardigan is the pattern I used by Locatelli, but I did omit the lace pattern from the main body of the cardigan, just a slightly warmer version for the cooler months. But I think it goes really nicely with this dress, so I'm really pleased. I'm not going anywhere exciting, I just fancied dressing up just slightly. But it's okay to wear around the house with a pair of leggings, nice and comfy, with some hand knitted socks as well. So today's shawl of the day is the Spindrift shawl, and this is a pattern by Helen Stewart. It is a one skein shawl, so very, very useful. And it is actually free if you sign up to Helen Stewart's newsletter, so that's always good. This one's knitted in some of my own hand-dyed yarn in the Let It Snow colourway. It's basically like a pale, different shades of green with this little white nep on it, which looks like snow. So that's a one skein shawl, so it's a nice little small shawl that I just like to wear around my neck like this. But of course you can wear it across the shoulders if you want to. It's big enough to sort of go over your shoulders though. So that's another recommendation for a one skein shawl. So this side of the room is just opposite my cutting board. And these 6 boxes is where I keep all my HiyaHiya stuff. So this drawer has got all the sharp needles. I've got my interchangeable needle tips and DPNs in the top, and then in the bottom they're all stacked in order of the fixed needles in there. And then I've got bamboo needles and cords for the interchangeable needles in this one. So they're all separated in terms of size. I have actually made little labels for these to put dividers in, but I haven't put the dividers in properly. At the moment they're just divided by being in sort of, there's plastic bags in between to show which are the different sizes, and I sort of know where they are. This one here is steel needles. Again, they're all stacked in size order. Fixed needles in the bottom and needle tips in the top. So those are the steel ones. This drawer's got crochet hooks, all according to size. They're the Amore ones, and I've got the HiyaHiya ones here. dumplings and a few Knit Pro bits and bobs in there. This drawer has got all my snips and all the other sort of accessories that HiyaHiya do, all separated into little bags, and scissors at the front there. And this one has got all the needle sets in, all the HiyaHiya needles and crochet hook sets in there as well, so they're all stacked in order of what they are. So this particular one is a sharp flyer set, so my flyer sets are at the top, and then I've got small, medium and large needle sets for the interchangeables there. So those 6 drawers are the places I keep my HiyaHiya needles. I've got some yarn stock on this level, so there's a bit of a mixture at the moment of the opal yarn on the left and also my sort of mini skein set. And I've got some jelly rolls just there, but I am going to have a bit of a reorganise, so it's a bit like maybe all the minis will be this side, just to make it look a bit tidier. On the top I've stored my 500ml bottles of Eucalan. Then I've got my reskein in Swift and my ball winder. I'm not extremely pleased with the ball winder. I wouldn't necessarily recommend the Sheepies one. I know I pronounced it wrong, but you know what I mean. So I am on the lookout for another ball winder that's a little bit more effective. I have got loads of spinning stuff up here which I've dumped at the moment. I need to find another home for it, but there's lots of fibre in those 2 baskets there. Our half finished spinning project as well. So there we go, that is this side. So this side of the room you can see some mini skeins stored above where I do the podcast, and I still have this stack of bags that I need to find a home for. I do have an idea to sneak some of these into the space in Adam's craft room, but I need to get those squirreled away. There is a space there that he said that I could use, because obviously it's quite a lot of storage. So in these set of drawers my skein twister lives, and then I have some little containers where all my Clover little bits and bobs are, and then I've got my 100ml Eucalans and 5ml Eucalan little sachets and some other bits and bobs. These are a bit squashed in here, but we've got some leather tags, the large and the small ones, as well as some other Clover bits and bobs, tins, and some of the Knit Pro blockers. That goes in there. And then on this bottom drawer I've got some new things that I've yet to put in the shop, so things that are coming out next year to do with sewing. So just above my cutting mat I've got my roll of paper and all my little tools for sewing, and then I've got some stock up here for the shop. This is in black and white though, because there are some yarn clubs left over up there, but you get the idea. And I've got some of my personal yarn stash just up the top here, some of which is actually hand spun, and I can't even remember what are in those 2 boxes, so I should probably get them out. I can have a look on one of the other Vlogmas episodes. And at the side of the unit here I have a big wad of wadding, or batting as you can call it as well. That's where I store that. Underneath my desk I have 2 rows of fabrics. Yes, there are 2 rows under there. They're absolutely packed in, but I've got fabrics that are going to be in the shop next year as well. They're not in the shop yet, so you might spot some new ones. The wardrobe to the side of my cutting table, I've got a stack of envelopes and tape to package things up, and this is next to my personal fabric stash and patterns, etc. Don't look at all that fabric, I've got way too much. Day 13, Adam.
Day 13.
So the song of the day is Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Rea.
Ooh.
And what have you got for your chocolates today?
We've got a lint and a crunchie.
So what have we got for day 13?
Day 13, it's a two-parter.
At the top. That's it. We'll be able to work out what it is. It looks like we've got a hatch. Let's have a look. Ooh. Looks a little bit like a toilet seat. And I think it's to do with when they go down the hatch past the three-headed dog.
We will see.
Yeah. So today's socks, I'm wearing a simple top-down sock in a Layfamily yarn, and this colourway was called Gingerbread, and it was a collaboration that me and Kelly did quite a few years ago now. So those are mine, and Adam is wearing a pair of socks knitted from some yarn that I got from a show, but there was no label on it, so hence I can't ever remember the name of the yarn because it didn't have a label on at the show. But I knitted a simple top-down sock again, but in ribbed, so that you can just on the top of the foot and on up the leg. But they're a really gorgeous petrol blue colour. Look what I've got! Section 1 of the Twist and Turns is finished. I'm so pleased I've got on to the next section. Well, nearly. And I love it. So hopefully I'll love it as much on the next section.